projects, and then, you know, we went and lived in New York and worked with him and did rehearsals and stuff. He was married to Lisa Bonet at the time, you know, which was kind of a, you know, mind boggler because, you know, it's her sitting around, you know, making you tea and stuff. Super nice. And then it just blew up, and it was, you know, it was a nice little riot. And then he saved my life last year because I went out with him in '08 for most of the year, and it was just a great time for me to take a break from my stuff and go do something low pressure.
Right on. How much of those songs, like the horn arrangements on that last reggae piece and stuff, how much are you working out on your own before you ever get into the studio, and how much of it are you figuring out once you're in the studio with the other musicians?
This record, most of the horns were written. You know, this record was probably the most well thought out record I've done. You know, it was I'd written the whole record twice, so I wrote it, got it all done pretty much, and then I took it to David, my keyboard player.
I'm a true professional here, aren't I? Ignore. I usually give that phone to Gina. I'll blame it on Gina. Gina, it's your fault.
That's hilarious.
It's live radio, kids.
Right.
Okay, so
Ow!
you were.
Yeah, so I wrote the record, and then I gave it to David, and we rewrote it again. So by the time we got in the studio, we had pretty much everything done. There's like one track, I think, Brother's Keeper, the title track, that we kind of came up with the horns. It was me and Chimmy from Robert Walter, him and some of the Dap King horn guys, and they came in and we kind of made that one up on the spot.
We're talking to Karl Denson, who's in town tonight for at the Independent. Now, Karl, I think found you years ago at the High Sierra Music Festival, and at various times you've been like Mr. High Sierra. You sat in with everybody along the way. There was a bluegrass band, Karl's in there. There's a funk band, Karl's in there. Tell me, what are some of your favorite sit-ins that you've done at festivals over the years?
That's a good question. I've played with everybody. I would have to say Leftover Salmon's always really fun, because I like playing bluegrass. String Cheese is fun, you know. Let's see. Sound Tribe was fun to sit in with and, you know, kind of find. It's always fun to find different textures with different bands. You know, Dumpster Funk. MMW is always fun because those guys are out of their minds. And it's kind of like jumping on a bucking bronco or something, you know.
There's some monster musicians in that band.
Yeah.
It's Medeski and Martin and Woods for those of you without a scorecard.
And it's going fast all the time. Like it's going sideways. Yeah. So and then I think the one High Sierra we did with the African Showboys, where they came and sat in with us, was pretty amazing.
Sick.
So it's one of the things I just had to bring it out because it's one of the things I truly appreciate you. Besides the kind of music that you do, you're all over the place. You will sit in with any kind of music, seems like any time, and I just love that kind of versatility that you bring to things.
Thanks.
So, where did I go here? Yes. So tell us more about this this new CD, Brother's Keeper. We got a track queued up called. Did we play Drums of War? No, that's the Drums of War is queued up next. Tell us about this one.
Well, Drums of War actually was written by John Foreman from the band Switchfoot, and he and I have been good friends for the last few years, and last 5-6 years, and so I've been in need of a lyricist, somebody to help me with lyrics. So he's been really good for that. You know, I can bounce stuff off him, and then we were hanging out, and he played this track for me. And I said, well, are you going to do that song on your record? And he said, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You can do it if you want. And so I was like, okay. And it's just a great track, and it kind of you know, really reflects my sentiments about what's going on right now.
All right. So what should we talk about that I've missed?